roadblock that nobody seems to want to deviate around.
Tonight, troubles with the vaccine, why those who are eligible are still facing long waits, and issues getting a potentially life-saving drug. And a split state. Wisconsin's governor is proposing legal weed, why some see dollars and others see problems. And why home defense laws in Minnesota could be changing, the bill that makes it legal to stand your ground.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us tonight. Even for those who are eligible, getting a COVID-19 vaccine has not been easy. But for those with pre-existing health conditions in Minnesota, the wait has been especially frustrating. CBS3's John Cardinelli spent the day with the Cloquet couple who is waiting patiently for their shots.
72-year-old Dwayne Johnson has lived in Cloquet his entire life, and for the last 10 years, he's been dealing with an array of health conditions.
I had a double transplant, a kidney and a liver. That was done down at the University of Minnesota.
Along with the transplants, Dwayne deals with heart, lung, and kidney issues. As a result, he suffers from COPD and AFib.
It's like a chill that comes up and vibrates. It's a strange feeling. Let's see what this new Buick convertible looks like.
Like many others around the United States, he has yet to receive a COVID-19 vaccine.
There's this roadblock that nobody seems to want to deviate around.
The roadblock is the lottery system the state of Minnesota has in place to get a vaccine.
And my wife has made contacts all over.
Annette Johnson, Dwayne's wife of 17 and a half years, has been working around the clock to try and get her husband vaccinated. She has registered Dwayne through multiple hospitals with no luck.
They haven't done anything through Essentia, and that surprised me because they clearly have his entire medical history.
With every day that passes, Annette worries about her husband.
One of his doctors told him, you contract it, you're going to probably die.
Like many others, the Johnsons are questioning why someone with pre-existing conditions is not able to get a vaccine.
We haven't prioritized beyond 65 and older down into other subgroups because there's been no direction at this point in time to do so from the Minnesota Department of Health.
That is Dr. Peter Henry, Essentia Health's chief medical officer. He says he understands the frustration many are going through.
And it is difficult, and we know that this impacts that individual as well as many other individuals who have not yet been chosen to get a vaccine.
Henry says the lottery process is in place as it's the most equitable way of vaccinating, as taking a look at existing patients' medical records to decide who gets an appointment would leave out other vulnerable or low-income people.
And supply is far exceeded by demand, but what we're trying to do is to, through a randomization and a lottery process, like the state and other healthcare systems, is try to mitigate those risks for those individuals.
A frustrating reality for many vulnerable patients and their families.
I truly believe that whether you're in a lottery or not, I think the people that need the vaccine are those that have, suppressed immune systems.
Despite their frustrations, the Johnsons are grateful for all the support the Minnesota healthcare system has given Dwayne over the last 10 years. Roughly 1,500 Minnesota residents came to the deck in Duluth for day one of the Department of Health's community vaccine pilot program. All who were vaccinated were selected at random through the state's lottery registration system. Patients were notified by text, email, or phone they were selected for an appointment. All patients vaccinated Monday are guaranteed the second dose through the program. Officials running the program say they hope it will teach more people about mass vaccinations for when more doses are available to the general public.
How is it best that we build wait lists and other things and work with our partners, whether it be local public health or community clinics and hospitals?
The state will take the information gathered from the program and use it when planning other mass vaccination clinics. At this point, the clinic at the deck is only open on Monday. Officials say they'll need more vaccines from the federal government before they determine when they can reopen again. All right, and let's go to the weather now with Dave. Dave, we were talking a little bit before the show. 3 straight days of weather where the high has not exceeded 0 degrees. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's here in Duluth. There have been a few Wisconsin towns that have popped up to about 0, 1, or 2 above. And that's going to be the trend for the next week. This cold snap's with us all the way through Saturday, and even Sunday's slight warming is really nothing to brag about. So tonight, northern Minnesota, including Duluth, wind chill warning. Feels like temperatures 50 below. Heat removed from your exposed skin as if it truly were 50 below, and it truly may be 25 below. Rest of the region, wind chill advisory. Heat removed from exposed skin towards the rate of 30 to 40 below. Actual air temps around 20, 25 below there as well. And now with Arctic high pressure in place, of course, the sky has been clear and likely will be once again tonight. And that's what our twist is for tomorrow's forecast. The gist and the twist says clear to partly cloudy and even mostly sunny as we go through Tuesday morning and into afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, Monday night. 20 below tomorrow morning at the head of the lakes, even colder inland, 2 above, maybe in some parts of Wisconsin, Tony, but otherwise here in the Twin Ports, 2 below. Coming up in a little more detail in a few more minutes, we'll talk about how we just might go above 0 by a couple of degrees, maybe next Sunday.
Thanks, Dave. Tonight, we're exploring a proposed bill in Minnesota that would rewrite home defense laws in the state. That and a proposed change in learning material for Wisconsin students in this week's Capitol Rundown. In Minnesota tonight, a bill that's sure to become controversial as the session continues. It's a bill co-authored by Republican Grand Rapids Senator Justin Eichhorn, and it gives a person the legal right to use deadly force should an intruder unlawfully enter their house or vehicle when it's believed there is an imminent threat to an individual. Right now, Minnesotans are required to retreat or run away in this situation. This legislation, which is called Stand Your Ground or Castle Doctrine, is already in place in more than half of states nationwide. Staying in Minnesota, a bill that did not pass last year is being brought back up again this year. Democratic Duluth Representative Jennifer Schultz is introducing a bill that would make non-compete clauses in employees' contracts unenforceable. Non-competes are generally used in contract-based work. Typically, an employee is paid a small sum of money in exchange for an agreement to not work for a competing company in a nearby area for a set period of time after their employment ends.
I heard a lot of people complaining that their employers are offering these non-compete contracts and they're being pressured to sign them, and that really reduces their ability to get a job after they are terminated or leave their employer. So it really makes the labor market not work very well. And it limits people's ability to find other work.
Lastly, in Wisconsin, a bipartisan proposal that would require dark points throughout world history to be taught about. Senate Bill 69 would require the Holocaust and other genocides be incorporated into the state's education model. There would be 2 separate age groups the material would be geared towards, 5th through 8th graders and 9th through 12th graders. Students would have to take the class at least once in both groups. Democratic Representative Nick Milroy, who's from South Range, co-authored the bill. In a statement, he said it will ensure that we never forget and never repeat such genocides. He said, quote, "We must tell the story of how they happened. Our educational system is well suited to teach the history of the Holocaust and honor the lives of the millions who were lost." And if there's a piece of legislation you want us to look into, send an email directly to me at amat@cbs3duluth.com, and we'll dig into it for you. And stay tuned for Capitol Rundown every Monday at 10 o'clock. Wisconsin's Governor Tony Evers says his budget will include a proposal to legalize recreational and medical marijuana. With many Wisconsinites split on this issue, Rhonda Fox shows why some see dollars while others have health concerns.
Governor Evers is proposing to legalize recreational marijuana as part of his budget and projects the state could generate $166 million in revenue.
The governor's shown his real leadership on this issue. We've got a situation in this country where a majority of states, a vast majority of states, have legalized cannabis, and the number keeps growing every day.
Governor Evers has possibly taken note of the revenue generated from recreational marijuana sales in neighboring states.
In less than 1 year, Illinois has generated $100 million and Michigan has generated over $400 million in recreational marijuana tax revenue.
let's keep the tax money in our state so that we can benefit from it.
We knew it was just a matter of time with all of the legislation changing on all the states around us.
Health officials say passing marijuana legislation won't affect their mission.
We at Pathways treat majority of the people that have either addiction for legal or illegal substances. It really doesn't matter. Alcohol is legal.
Governor Evers recently released a statement proposing to tax marijuana like other legal substances.
For the governor to say, let's treat this like alcohol, what he's saying is, let's make sure that law-abiding citizens who exercise their freedom of choice to use something responsibly should not be punished for it. I think the legislature will support this.
The Republican-controlled legislature is expected to block Governor Evers' proposal. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, in the middle of the coldest stretch so far this year, how you can protect yourself when water lines break.
52 degrees above zero is the record high for the state from 1991. Of course, 1991 also had the megastorm, so each year has its good and it's not so good. Today, if you didn't regularly like it that cold, it wasn't so good. But we may get a little bit warmer in 7 or 8 days, and just a little. I'll tell you how far we'll go coming up after our break.
Your students, your patients, your customers, your family. You've got a lot of people relying on you. And that's why you trust Mediacom. With 99.99% proven network reliability, Mediacom keeps your home and business running. We know when your internet works, your life works. So we work around the clock to ensure you get the most reliable connection possible.
Brighten up your home and save big money right now at Menards. Stop in and check out our great selection of over 230 in-stock Fight electric LED bulbs. Great for all of your fixtures. These LED 60-watt equivalent bulbs use 83% less energy than standard bulbs. Available in soft white or daylight color temperatures. Pick up a 4-pack for only $3.99. Start saving now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. Melty, cheesy, white cheddar goodness. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. Yeah, yeah. New Queso Blanco from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better, y'all.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $400 a month as a new donor while saving lives. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our President's Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month. So call now and make going to the dentist carefree.
Call 1-800-945-8449 to receive your free Carefree Dental Card information kit.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Our dear friend Tony's been bemoaning the fact that at least here in Duluth, we haven't gone above zero since Friday. That's the last time we dared to go to 6 above. Now, some towns in Wisconsin and Michigan did get towards zero and a little bit above today, but most Minnesotans didn't, and Floodwood's an example of how low it was this morning. John Dahlman sends us this picture of his thermometer at 34 below, and International Falls can say they did 4 degrees colder than that, 38 below. Well, tomorrow morning's low temperatures are going to be below once again. This cold snap is being brought in by a genuine lobe of the polar vortex breaking loose and coming down to call. As I mentioned a few days ago, we've been misusing that term since the mid part of the decade, but this is truly the polar vortex, and it's made it 12 below at the airport at this hour. Relative humidity is 58%. West winds going 12 miles per hour with a range up towards 15, even gusts towards 20, and that wind velocity is helping to create the wind chill warning for Minnesota and the wind chill advisory for Wisconsin and the UP. Again, if you have to work outdoors overnight tonight, please do bundle up and take the necessary precautions, all those Carhartts and things like that will keep you going. 30.31 inches of mercury, that is our barometric pressure, and of course it's high because the cold, dense air exerts a lot of pressure, and temperatures down towards 25 below in Watersmeet, Michigan exert a lot of pressure on trying to keep things going in that neck of the woods. Comparatively warmer in Ironwood at 10 below, and we're looking at Wisconsin numbers that run from 7 below in LaPointe to almost 20 below in Hayward, 10 below right now in Superior, 11 to 13 degrees below zero from Cloquet through Barnum into Moose Lake, 20 below for Silver Bay. Two Harbors having some problems reporting in right now. Might be some troubles with the reporting sections here, and towards 20 below for the rest of Minnesota. So again, it's chilly. Factor in the winds, it's feeling like 35 below in International Falls and 34 below in Hayward. So it's not a night to sneeze at. There we go. Wind chill warning for Minnesotans and a wind chill advisory for Wisconsin and the UP through noon tomorrow. So with Arctic high pressure in place, not too many clouds in the sky, and again, it's a westerly wind, so not even any lake effect snow to talk about. It's on the dry side and the cold side. Cold high pressure keeping low pressure systems down to the south and out of our area, and likely will continue to do so for the next 7 days. I don't see any precip, and I vaguely see a warm-up again by next weekend. Tonight, Minnesota lows from 15 to 25 below. Wisconsin and Michigan lows pretty close to 20 below. We all get a clear, partly cloudy sky. For tomorrow, Wisconsin and Michigan with sunshine should go from 0 to 3 above, the hot spots. Minnesota numbers for most places about 8 below to 2 below, but maybe 1 above towards Moose Lake. Here's the extended forecast, and there's not much relief from the cold. Twin Ports numbers, at least in Duluth over the hill, will stay daytime high-wise below 0 by a few degrees. Overnight low temps down towards 20 below. But the change, Tony, it's vaguely hinted at on Sunday when even Duluth will hit 2 above. And then we'll multiply that by 4 for Monday and then 8 above.
Right, I'm liking where this is headed.
And maybe by Tuesday, maybe it'll warm up a little more, and maybe by Tuesday we'll get our next chance for snow.
I always like to put these cold snaps in perspective. So we've got a low of 20 below there for Thursday and Friday morning. In the next 6 months, we will see roughly 100-degree temperature differential, assuming we can get to 80 or so by the time July comes. And I just think that that is wild.
We do have a wide seasonal variety of temperatures here in our neck of the woods.
We sure do.
The mid-latitudes of the northern hemisphere.
Thanks, Dave. Well, 5 broken water mains in 72 hours. That's what the story has been for city crews in Duluth this weekend as the sub-zero temperatures took their tolls on the city's aging infrastructure. CBS 3's Ryan Campo explains why this is happening, if it will continue, and what to do if a water main breaks in your neighborhood.
Everything's repaired and back in service.
It was a very busy weekend for Duluth City crews. They had to replace 5 water main breaks in a span of 72 hours. They say it's nothing new for them.
Duluth typically has over 100 water main breaks per year, so this is not unexpected, and our staff get really experienced and very good at fixing these.
City of Duluth Utility Operations Supervisor Chris Kleiss says the work takes around 6 to 8 hours to complete and costs around $4,000 to $5,000.
Aging infrastructure is an issue in Duluth and Minnesota and across the country. Our role is really to extend the life of the pipes that we have and make that infrastructure last as long as possible.
Kleist adds progress has been made. The city has repaired miles of water lines in Duluth, some almost 50 years old. However, they don't know what the week ahead means for more bursting pipes.
Typically, we have these swings from warm to cold or cold to warm. We do get water main breaks, so I expect a few more this week. It really varies.
And if you do come across a broken water line, the city is providing tips to keep you safe.
If you see water bubbling out of the street, please call us and report it, 730-4000. Also, if you do see a road closed and a crew working to repair a water main, please don't try to drive through and sneak past that traffic control. Please go around.
We did hear from Duluth Mayor Emily Larson about this weekend's water main breaks. She says in 2021, the Hidden Valley neighborhood will complete its second phase of work and replace some of the worst water mains in the city. She adds they are and will continue to prioritize infrastructure. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Donald Trump will be facing the Senate for his second impeachment trial. Details from Washington coming up.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Duluth Stove and Fireplace offers a full line of Finleo sauna rooms, sauna heaters, and sauna accessories. Visit us online at duluthstove.com or come see us at Duluth Stove and Fireplace at 27th Avenue West and Michigan Street and see your next sauna.
It's more than just a job. You kind of get to meet people, their families, and to be a part of their lives and kind of see how that changes as they grow up.
Join our team of supportive and creative individuals. Visit trilliumservice.com or call today to set up an interview.
I'm Dr. Mariah Scooby, and I'm a general surgeon at St. Luke's. I grew up in a small town in northern Minnesota, and I also had the opportunity to travel internationally doing medical outreach. And what was really striking was the health disparities. I was driven to become a physician to address those disparities and to bring the very best of healthcare to every person, regardless of their circumstance, background, or location.
Working outside in the cold? Northwest Outlet is your winter headquarters for warm clothing in sizes up to 4X from Carhartt and Area, including FR Clothing. Northwest Outlet carries insulated coats, jackets and bibs, fleece and flannel lined jeans. Get warm pullovers and hoodies and high-vis clothing, along with a huge selection of long underwear. Northwest Outlet says keep your feet warm and comfortable with brand names like Rocky, Danner, Baffin, Georgia, Carhartt, and Keen. Plus, they have socks galore. Northwest Outlet, it's the only place to shop for your winter outdoor clothing. Superior.
We're in your neighborhood with news that matters to you.
For the Christmas weekend has come and gone.
A 6-month search has ended in Ashland, and folks
accepted a proposal to turn the broke-down palace building
for 2021 was set at 17. Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
RJ Sport, first annual in-house boat show, February 15th through the 20th.
Questions about the COVID-19 vaccine? Now there's an information center to provide the details you need. Get local vaccine information and the latest from the CDC, all at CBS3Duluth.com. When it matters most, turn to live, local, CBS3. CBS3 Sports is brought to you by St. Luke's.
Tomorrow, former President Donald Trump will become the first president to face a second impeachment trial in the Senate. He's accused of inciting the deadly January 6th attack on Congress. Here's Natalie Brand.
For the second time, U.S. senators will serve as jurors in the impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump. But this one will be historic since he is no longer in the White House.
The structure we have agreed to is eminently fair.
Senate leaders on Monday announced a deal on the rules, format, and timing.
It preserves due process and the rights of both sides.
The trial will begin Tuesday afternoon with a debate, then a vote on the constitutionality of an impeachment trial of a former president. Opening arguments are slated to begin at noon on Wednesday. House managers and Mr. Trump's lawyers will each get up to 16 hours over 2 days to make their cases.
Senators will then be allowed to submit written questions and could vote on whether to allow witnesses or admit new evidence.
Aides say the former president will be following the trial closely, but will not testify or provide any statements.
We already know how this is going to turn out. I mean, there's no chance that there's actually going to be a conviction.
A conviction would require at least 17 GOP senators joining all Democrats. Last month, the majority of Republicans in the Senate supported an effort to dismiss the impeachment trial.
The former president's first impeachment trial lasted 21 days and ended with him being found not guilty. Still ahead in sports, a pair of NCHC honors for the UMD men's hockey team, plus some good news regarding the postseason. Kelly's up next.
Welcome to the Kelly Clarkson Show!
That over 90% of today's top-rated television shows can be watched for free, including live sports, news, and the hottest sitcoms, all for free with TV Freeway Gold. Simply plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite HD broadcast television shows free. TV Freeway Gold uses premium gold-plated connectors, giving you high-quality signal transfer so you can watch all your major channels all in high definition, absolutely free, anywhere you want, even on your boat. So you can cut the cord and get TV the freeway with TV Freeway Gold for only $19.99 for free TV forever. But when you order now, you could get a second TV Freeway Gold for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee and we'll ship them both to you free. But you have to order now.
Call 1-800-408-5417. That's 1-800-408-5417. Or visit tvfreewaygold.com. Order now.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben today.
I was intimidated by a large law firm because I didn't have any money. I didn't know if they would take a case like this. And from the moment I called Schwabel, Getz & Sieben, I was treated with the utmost respect and care. They listened to me. They wanted to hear my story, and I knew that I could trust them. I would recommend Schwabel, Getz & Sieben to anyone because they care.
Call or visit Schwabel.com today for a free consultation.
Attention oxygen therapy users.
I was on oxygen tanks, and I couldn't go anywhere and do much of anything. I didn't dare go far.
It's time to reclaim your independence with an Inogen 1 oxygen concentrator.
I got my life back. I really love my Inogen.
Inogen makes its own oxygen from the air around you, so you'll never worry about running out of oxygen again.
Do I think Inogen is worth the money? It's worth every single penny of it.
Call now for your free information kit.
As medical professionals, we work hard to protect our families and neighbors.
Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a covert community coordinator.
Thank you, Access North, for being an advocate and a resource for people with disabilities.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
Mask up and keep each other safe, Minnesota.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
The path to an NCHC postseason title will look a little different this season as we inch closer to the end of the regular season in college hockey. Instead of a 2-week process involving a best 2 out of 3 play-in round, they're going straight to all or nothing single elimination type tournament. It will be played from March 12th through 16th at the Ralph Engelstad Arena in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Conference Commissioner Josh Fenton says they changed the structure to ensure that they get in the conference tournament by expediting into a single location, single week event.
It ultimately came down to kind of what were the priorities, which then led us to the format, plus maybe to some extent the location. We wanted to create a format, and I think this is a little bit what you see of the shifting up of the dates and completing the entire tournament a little earlier than when we normally complete it. Plus just a little bit shorter in the number of games, that we wanted to try to prepare and protect teams that would have that opportunity to advance the NCAA tournament.
The format gives about 2 weeks of space in between the conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. Should there be any COVID-19 issues for the team who wins the automatic bid or any others who earn at-large bids. So what does this mean for the Bulldogs? Well, they're currently in line for the #1 seed, and with 5 games to go, they could very well get an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament if they don't win the conference tournament. They rose 1 spot up to #4 in this week's USCHO poll. In addition to that Bulldog news, a pair of players garnered NCHC honors after the weekend sweep over Miami. No surprise, after extending his scoring streak to 6 games, Cole Koepke earns Conference Forward of the Week. The Hermantown native had a hat trick on Friday night and an additional game-winning goal on Saturday. In addition to an assist, he finished with a +3 rating on the weekend. And for the second week in a row, UMD has a goaltender of the week. This time it's Zach Stejskal. The freshman out of Cohasset had a stellar performance on Saturday, stopping 30 shots from Miami, holding them to just a goal. On the season, Stejskal owns a 3-1-0 record while carrying a 1.23 goals against average. We're a little over a quarter of the way through the NBA season, and the Bucks have started to separate themselves once again as one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, continuing the longest road trip of their season, 3rd of 6 straight road games, this one in Denver. Hope you can keep up. The first quarter was full of buckets. Milwaukee was 7 of 17 from downtown. Denver was 8 of 12. That added up to a 42-37 lead for the Nuggets. Again, after just 1 quarter, both teams just flying around, shooting a bunch of threes, but neither side able to pull away. Middleton led the Bucks with 14 in the first half. Giannis with just 9. As it sits right now, it's still a close game in the 4th quarter. The T-Wolves were also on the road tonight. Limited fans allowed in the American Airlines Center in Dallas for the first time this season. Mavs came out early. Hot. Check out Kristaps Porzingis with a foot on the logo. Can't do much but watch that one. The Wolves bark back, though. D'Angelo Russell, he actually left this game with a left leg soreness, and the Mavs closed out the first half on a big run. Luka to Dwight Powell. Minnesota was down 20 at the half after allowing 71 first half points. They fall 127-122. The final. NFL Network is reporting that Vikings have hired a new offensive coordinator. The son of their previous OC, Gary Kubiak, Clint Kubiak, will be calling plays for the Purple next year. Clint was previously Minnesota's quarterbacks coach. That is going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Heart and Vascular Center. Don't avoid care during COVID-19. Ask your doctor how to stay heart healthy.
This Valentine's Day, Numi Jewelers is featuring 3 ways to a woman's heart. A real rose trimmed in pure 24-karat gold that lasts forever. An 18-inch freshwater pearl necklace and a box of chocolates, all for $99. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
Don't let the weather ruin your day.
Covered by a winter storm watch.
Dave Anderson, Caitlin Moffat, and Peter Kavikauskas. The CBS3 weather team, tracking more than just severe storms. Dave.
Everything that happens on a day-to-day basis in terms of news, no matter what happens in news, weather is always constant, weather is always changing as well, so it's still an important role as the meteorologist to kind of still stay grounded and to kind of just know that role and what to take and kind of just make sure you're delivering what's the most important for your viewers. But then also I like to touch base on the national things. All of those news stories also tie in with weather stories because they do go kind of hand in hand.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m.
Our schools provide so much more than just learning support.
The school year didn't start out the way that we wanted it to, but who's to say it won't be better at the end?
We need to slow the spread so our economy has a chance to recover.
So our kids can be in school and be on the ice.
And we can keep our friends and families safe. For our students and teachers.
For our essential workers.
For the people you love.
Thank you for doing your part. Go Hunters!
When most people have ended their day, ours is just starting. Good morning. I'm Jenna Wells.
When news and weather happen overnight, we're there.
As stories break in your neighborhood,
you can count on us to bring you the details.
For scores and more, we've got you covered. Hi, I'm Kelly Hinsett.
Why? Because the news that matters to you matters to us.
Plus, this is our home, too.
We're live.
We're local. We're CBS3.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
All right, Dave, we don't have long, but that cold's not going anywhere, huh?
Yeah, same story I've told since Friday. It's cold this week, clear, cold, and dry. Maybe finally above zero, though, by next Monday.
We sure hope so. Thanks for joining us tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening.